Hi everybody. So videos have been unfortunately pretty far and few between. It's I've just realized it's been probably about 3 months since I last posted, which apologies, real life constantly gets in the way, but I figured I could at least do a weekly update for you on the random stuff that I find at the Goodwill Clearance Center, and this happens to be from today. I'll probably be making a few more runs than usual because I'm actually on Christmas break from being a teacher for the next couple of weeks. But this was from today for Tuesday, December 23rd, and just to give you an idea of some of the stuff I found today, these are just some art cards that I'm going to be passing along to my wife. Just something that I think she'll enjoy, along with this. It's kind of a three-dimensional puzzle block one. I was able to turn it. Oh, there we go. But a bunch of different bunch of different patterns that I think she'll enjoy. Up here, the Animal Kingdom coloring book. A lot of kind of mandala patterns, but it's been completely unused. And I'll be passing that along to one of my daughters who enjoys this kind of thing for Christmas. It was 50 cents, but the retail on it was $10.99. Going down here, I routinely grab SD cards and such as I find them just for use with little projects and such, usually with Raspberry Pi Zero or with MP3 players. And I happen to find this one that's a 32 gig micro SD card, still sealed up, along with this one that's just an adapter with no card, but they come in handy from time to time. These are just some customizable screen protectors that you cut to size. Thought those were kind of interesting to find. Little piece of devil earring jewelry that I'll probably be passing along to one of my kids. Sealed up MTech 8 gig Superman flash drive that's going to be actually going up on eBay to help pay for the day. My other hobby sometimes is sewing, so I've managed to find these, a few packs of single fold bias tape that comes in handy sometimes, along with a lens brush with an air puffer. Found a bunch of batteries today. Now, I've taken to picking up batteries here and there as I can from the clearance center. I actually have a little go pack that I take with me in a fanny pack that includes a battery tester. And I happened to find these, which were just brand new sealed today. So that wound up being for a 1216 double A's and I think it was 24 triple A's. And I didn't test all of them yet. I gave one a quick tap from each of the boxes, and they were completely brand new, so I went, hey, let's grab. These are just something that I use for work as a teacher. They're called PEX images, or Picture Exchange Communication Systems. If you know, you know, but basically they're a way for children who are nonverbal to be able to communicate different things. And when I find these in the wild, I'll grab them and scan them to have them on hand for future use. Satin ribbon roses, just kind of a extra little thing for crafting and for Christmas. This one I was particularly kind of jazzed about because it's probably not going to come through on camera, but this is stamped as made in Italy 925 silver. So that was a fun grab. I don't usually go for jewelry because I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I know that that was worth it. Couple of DVDs of The Loud House, just a show I've been meaning to check out. Couple of Microsoft software discs. These two came with the old school Sidewinder disc, or Sidewinder joystick for Windows 95, but just to install on some of the old computers I have, just to try it out. Interstate 76. And I almost didn't grab this one, and I'm glad I did, because I just realized that this has Star Wars Shadows of the Empire at Battle of Hoth on it, so looking forward to playing with that. This one, Microsoft Urban Assault, don't really know anything about it, but threw it in and grabbed it. A couple of markers that are, again, going to get gifted out this Christmas, but midliner, they have a wide tip on one end and a fine tip on the other end, and they all tested great. They look like they've never really been used. Just kind of an extra webcam to have around. It's a Logitech 1080p one, so be interested to see how well that works. Over here, we've got a few things that I also grabbed for flipping on eBay. Not the headphones. The headphones are just extra to have for the classroom. But Yamaha calibration microphone. Those usually go for about $20 to $30. on eBay, and I find them here and there all the time. Give them a quick test and they're fine. This is an infrared receiver with a USB attachment. Don't really know a whole lot about it, and I actually grabbed it on a whim and then realized that they're actually worth a few on eBay. Old Winston Racing Team watch. Put a new battery in that and it's moving along. A little Mickey figure for one of my friends who's just really into Disney and collecting those minifigures. HDMI coupler. These are things for school, believe it or not. I'm trying to really change up my lanyard collection, and I found this one that has the Van Gogh Starry Night pattern on it, so I was excited about that. I occasionally use Pokemon cards as motivation and prizes for students, so I grab those whenever I see them. Metal tongs just for practicing fine motor skills with different kiddos. So I've got that on hand. I have one kiddo who's fascinated with plastic jewels, so I grabbed that. Another kiddo who's coming in who we know loves fingerboards and skateboards, so I grabbed that for his teachers. Found these Post-its that I've never seen before, which I'm not exactly a classroom teacher. I more work to support other teachers, but this one just seemed interesting to me. This paper scored for ideas, organization, so on and so forth. 2 stacks of Sizzlets. These are die cutters. These 2 sets are nearly complete. The blue set is complete. The pink set is missing 1 die cutter, along with the storage bag for it. They charged me a flat $4.99 for the bag and the die cut sets. So basically for all of this, came out to a total of, what was it? $10.72 today. So not bad, especially considering I'm definitely going to make that back just by flipping a few things on eBay. And a little bonus, these are some things that I actually found on Sunday when I went. Sunday's my usual day to go, and that's when I'm going to start filming these more consistently. Just to share some of these finds. I actually went on Sunday with a wild feeling that I was going to find an iPod, specifically a shuffle, and sure enough I did. I've never seen them with this little case cover on here before, but that is a blue iPod Shuffle 2nd generation, and if I can get that cover off. Thanks to that cover being on there, it is in gorgeous condition. I happen to have a iPod Shuffle charger around, and I was able to connect it to that, and it charged right up. It synced right up. I removed the previous owner's information and put it in as my own, and I actually took it with me today to go shopping just to test out how the battery might last, and I can tell you it played for 3 hours nonstop with no issue. So I think I got lucky on the battery there. And just to give you an idea of the cost, I did weigh this out just to see what it actually cost. And the clearance center that's by me charges $2.09 a pound. This actually weighed a whopping 0.7 ounces, so it cost about 9 cents for the shuffle and the cover, which both work beautifully, so I'm happy with that. The other big find from Sunday was this. This is a Cassiopeia what is it? BE300, could not remember. And I was able to plug it in to charge it with an adapter. The battery was just absolutely shot, so I was able to take a spare battery that I had and just kind of solder it in there just to see if this would work, and thankfully it does. Okay, it had the previous owner's information showing up on the startup screen, and I didn't want to just dox somebody, even though this is 20 plus years old. But I'm looking forward to playing around with this and just seeing what it can do. Right now, it does not do a whole lot, but I'd like to mod it and nose around with it. I love playing with old Palm Pilots just to see what I can do with them. And this one actually, it did not come with this. This is just one that I had on hand, but it does take CF cards or compact flash cards for storage. I believe it takes a maximum of 256 megabytes, and that's a 128 megabyte card in there. So, looking forward to playing with this, and once the actual proper battery gets here and here, that's the proper size, I'll be able to slot that in there and wire it up to the connector. and put the plate back on over it so that this is all covered up again. So hopefully that'll be a future video with something that I've done with that. And just for cost-wise, I weighed this out and it came out to about 8.2 ounces, so about 81 cents in total, plus $8.49 for a new battery. Once I figured out I could actually measure and just go off of the specs instead of actually typing in Casio BE300 battery, that cut the cost in about half. So less than $10 for the Palm Pilot that I'm looking forward to messing around with. So hopefully that'll be a future video. So that was just my haul from today and a couple of pieces from Sunday. I'd love to hear about any of your own hauls in the comments below, so hope I can hear from you sometime soon. Thanks everyone, have a great day, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.